Open the window.
There you are.
Hello.
Hello, friends.
Hi, guys. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. Okay. So, friends, we get a lot of questions surrounding number focus. So, like, how many calories do you eat? How many calories should I eat? I need to lose this much weight by this date. I know you don't track macros, but how many carbs do you eat?
How many minutes do you exercise?
How many times a week do you exercise? How many days do you train? How much weight do you gain after cheat day? And it goes on and on and on, even though we repeat that we do not track. And there's a reason for that, because focusing on numbers of any kind, the amount of steps you take in a day, the amount of weight you need to lose, the number of calories you take in, the number of carbs you take in, any sort of number eventually will set you back, will throw you off track. And we're speaking from experience on that. Losing weight, it's not just a physical thing. It's here and it's here. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up. So you guys know we started this channel to help other people be successful in weight loss and with emotional eating. And we really want you guys to be successful in losing weight.
And you know what we have? We get comments every day, people telling us, thank you for giving us real information, and thank you for putting it in a way we can understand and that doesn't make our heads crazy, because that's why we don't focus on numbers.
Exactly. And what we're sharing has worked for us. And we understand the focus on numbers because we focused on numbers for most of our lives. And all it got us was heavier and heavier and deeper into our binge eating. And
feeling bad and depressed about ourselves because we couldn't meet a number.
Yes. Trust us. Knowing you know, what we've been through, that we've lost 130 pounds and kept it off, each of us. And this is our 5th year in our weight loss journey.
And knowing that we want the best for you guys.
And knowing that every time you watch a video, we are completely honest with you. Know that when we say, don't focus on numbers, we mean it, and we are doing it and telling you not to focus on numbers for you to be successful. This is not because we're hiding a secret or anything like that. It's because we know number focus sets you up for failure. It might not right away, but eventually it will. You know, and know that, especially if you're new to us, we did not track when we started losing weight. We lost, you know, our first 100 pounds without even having any idea how many calories we were eating. We didn't know how many carbs, how many fats, how many proteins. We still have no idea.
We knew at that point we needed to eat less.
Yeah, so we portioned. And focusing on portion control over calorie counting is so much more beneficial. And know that throughout our journey, we did, you know, most of the time, we were really successful in losing weight, and then we would say, hey, we have this brilliant idea, let's count calories. Or let's say, no more treats, and we're gonna lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Anytime we set some sort of specific number goal, whether it be calories or how many pounds to lose or how many steps to take in a day or whatever it was, we failed eventually. You know, we worked for a little while and then we would go back to binging, we would gain weight, and we would have to start all over again with the exact same principles of no tracking, no number focus. And then we get right back on track again. So let's think about macros. If it fits your macros, MyFitnessPal, all of like the Fitbits and all of the programs out there that like have you count calories or, you know, do a specific amount of carbs to protein to fat, or the Atkins diet or the Weight Watchers diet. I know people are successful on those. And, you know, there are going to be people that will be successful and can maintain their weight no problem. But for the majority of people, if tracking your macros counted or counting calories or using a Fitbit, if all of that worked, there would be a lot more fit people in this world that didn't have emotional eating, that didn't have a problem with their weight, and you wouldn't need to count calories because you wouldn't have that problem. No, this is coming from two people who were obsessed with numbers and calorie counting, who tried every diet out there, who tried, Fitbits weren't around when we were losing weight, but pedometers were. And none of that stuff helped us. Why? Because numbers, they don't help you.
And the reason you're overweight has nothing to do with numbers.
No, because it's not about the numbers, it's not about the food, it's about here. This is your most important tool. It's about letting go of the guilt, it's about figuring out why you eat when you're not hungry, and it's about portioning your food, not denying yourself food and not taking away food groups or forcing yourself to fit the number of carbs into a calorie counter online that isn't specific to you, that's not made for your body. Or using a calorie counter or macro counter online or calculator online that is general. It's not made for you. So this is why we say focusing on numbers can be very dangerous and detrimental to your weight loss. Focusing on small changes is so much better. Focus on portion control. Portion all your foods, switch to whole grain, switch to diet, pop, or soda if you like that. Increase your water. Make a measurable goal, but make sure that it doesn't include a number. So what that means is focus more on, I have a pair of size 6 jeans I wore in high school that I'd like to fit in one day. One day, not setting a specific date or time to fit in those jeans. Or I would really like to move my body more. Or I'd like to portion my meals every day this week. Or I'd really like to eat healthy, move my body, and be able to get up the stairs without being out of breath.
I'd like to tie my shoes without being out of breath or having to sit down.
Yes. And those are also what you call non-scale victories. You can measure them because you know when you can get up the stairs without being out of breath.
Yeah, the scale will tell you a number, but that number on the scale doesn't give you the whole picture, not even close.
And we do weigh ourselves, and you can weigh yourselves sparingly. We do it once a week, which is a healthy, amount of time. If you can handle weighing yourself, it's a healthy amount of time to weigh yourself, or however, if that makes sense. If you weigh yourself too much, it's not good. So focusing on things like I used to have to sit down to tie my shoes. I could never stand up because it was too difficult. I couldn't reach my feet. So focusing on that, being able to tie my shoes, or when I seen my collarbones for the first time, or when I looked in the mirror and I didn't have a double chin anymore. Those are goals that are really cool to reach and have nothing to do with a number. Because the number on a scale, there's so many factors of why you could weigh that number. You could not be losing weight, but be losing inches. You could have gained muscle, and muscle weighs more than fat. So the number reads heavier on your scale, but you're physically smaller.
And if your whole life depends on hitting a number, you're going to feel bad about yourself. When you were on track, you worked out really hard and you ate proper, but you gained some muscle, so the scale says you're up.
Exactly.
But before you stepped on the scale, you were feeling better, looking better, and happier. And then after you stepped off,
you felt terrible, and then it made you backslide. And we get those questions all the time too. I feel like I'm smaller. I feel like I lost inches, but the scale says I'm heavier. You could be bloated. You could have taken in a little more salt that day or something, or a little extra water. So focusing so much on a number, it doesn't matter. So much as focusing on those really cool things like, my last winter coat was a 3X that I could barely zip up. The zipper was going to break. The day I zipped that up with no problem was like, it was like heaven. So focus on those things instead of numbers, and know that this is coming from two people who practice what they preach. We have been through all of this, and we know we've done all the number stuff, and we know from experience we have failed from it over and over again.
And if we know, like, this is not trendy advice and this is not popular advice, and we get fought on this tooth and nail.
And people aren't going to be happy by me saying a Fitbit is not the best way for you to worry about weight loss.
And we get fought every day about this. But just like Nicole said, just give it a try. You've tried everything else. We're telling you something that's not going to cost you extra money. We're not selling you a gadget. We're not selling you a workout DVD. We're not selling you, anything. We're just give our philosophy a try, and then, get back to us.
And know that we have dozens of comments every day saying, we tried the way that you guys suggest. We've tried your tips and your suggestions, and we've lost weight. So know that there are many people out there that are realizing that focusing on numbers really doesn't help, and they're being successful. So, and know that we love you guys and we want you to be successful, and we're telling you that to be successful, you don't have to force your numbers on yourself. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. We hope you got some tips from it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And this part. If you don't like and subscribe, you're gonna get this. The camera case of doom. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.